Do you honestly think we want thousands upon thousands immigrants without even the basic level of education coming to Europe?
When you mean the basic level of education, do you want to pull out statistics? Immigrants now,
Yes.
specifically Africans, they are the most educated immigrants in Europe.
Well,
They are the most educated. I think the reason that you guys are so pained is because immigrants are taking high-profile jobs
absolutely not.
in Europe.
No, nobody cares about that. I know we're lacking doctors, etc. I know.
Exactly.
So that's a good thing. What about all the others, the 95% that hasn't even gone through first, second, third grade? Because you don't have to in Africa. Here, it's by law. Every child needs to go. I think it's up till 9th grade, I think. But in Africa, you don't even have to go to school. Most parents can't even afford to put their kids in school.
Let me clarify that. Africans
Yes.
focus more on education than
Well, apparently
Europeans.
they don't.
Because education is the only way out of our situation.
Exactly, but it's a small percentage.
Not a small
of those
percentage.
people. It is.
You can't just bring up a statement without clarifying yourself.
What do you want me to clarify?
Check the educational field, check the professional jobs that are being occupied in Europe and in America today. You will see that Africans are on the top of their league in that area.
But I didn't say anything about that. I said I know that there is a small percentage that have doctor's degree, they're engineers, or they say they're engineers.
Yes,
and then they turn out not to be.
You can say a small percentage.
Yes, I agree with that.
You know,
but 95% or not.
Are taking up valuable jobs, which is very insignificant compared to the population of Africans compared to Europeans, because this is your land, right?
Yeah.
This is your land. This is your territory.
Yeah.
There's no amount of African migration that we overtake the amount of European professionals. I think
we don't have an issue with doctors coming. We need them. I just already clarified that fact. I was talking about the thousands of immigrants that doesn't even go through, up to 9th grade of school like we have to do here.
Good. I think those immigrants that probably didn't go to school.
What are we supposed to do with them here?
Probably didn't have a Europeanized education. I believe that those immigrants can be rehabilitated, educationally.
Yeah, but do you know how much money that will cost for that
at the
country
at the end of the day, who is it going to benefit? It's going to benefit you, because those immigrants are going to be potential taxpayers to the European economy.
Maybe, who knows? Maybe they won't.
And guess what? Most of those immigrants, they are not going to reap the social benefit like you do. So basically, this is slavery all over again. These immigrants are coming in, gaining education, paying their taxes. When you probably get old and in diapers, these immigrants, all the work they've done over these years without getting citizenship, that money is going to fund your retirement. You'll be at home drinking your tea.
That is not how retirement
works. Not worried on whose back that fund is coming from.
Not true.
The European tax system, who does it benefit? It doesn't benefit African immigrants. It benefits you. You should be happy when you see Africans in your country.
Of course it benefits
because the
them.
taxes, the so-called, it's our tax money that we are using to cater for this immigrant.
Who gives them housing when they come?
Those monies are going to buy you diapers when you get old. Those monies are going to provide your tax money.
Of course. Do you know how much tax we pay here?
The immigrants are potentially going to pay the same taxes too.
Whoa.
But it doesn't benefit them, which means more money for you to buy diapers when you get old.
It already benefits them by the time they put their feet into that country. If that country is like one of the Nordic countries where we have extremely high taxes, as soon as that person puts their foot on that land in that country, it's already getting benefits from that tax money.
What benefits?
It's
What
probably
benefit
getting
does it get?
housing at start. It's getting probably some kind of education, at
Getting-
least for the language.
Getting housing.
Some kind of welfare. I am sure they're not living on the streets,
Let me tell
at
you.
least not in the Nordic countries. So yeah, they
I'm
are
going
benefiting
to
from
talk
taxes,
from
for sure.
first-hand experience. When you come to Europe, the free housing you get is just for you to settle down. The
Okay, which is
moment you
already
get
good.
a job,
Yeah.
which is good. I'm not saying it's
Exactly.
bad.
So
But
they're
the moment you get a
benefiting.
job,
so
you
how
start
can you say
paying.
they're not benefiting
Like
when they are?
if you move to Europe today and the next day you get a job,
Yeah,
your housing, the fund for housing is gone. You need to pay for that.
of
which
course,
is,
like we do
which is
too.
good. So why are
Yes.
you claiming that when they come, they immediately they start benefiting
Because that
from
is
your tax
benefiting.
money? What is benefiting? Money that they're going to pay back? They're still going to pay back. And at the end of the day, they will return back to their countries, and all the taxes, all the taxes that are supposed to go to them when they are owed, it's going to go to your diapers.
No, it won't.
It will.
If they now come here, they already benefit from that money, and you tell me that maybe they get an education here or whatever, and then they go back to their home country.
What I'm saying,
the loser here.
no,
not them.
no, you are not the loser.
I'm the loser.
What
in
I'm
that
saying is
instance.
this.
Definitely.
When you retire, when you get
Unless
old,
they stay here and use that education they got for free,
look,
then I'm the loser.
what
And
I'm
my
saying,
tax money went for absolutely
no,
nothing.
you have to
That's
be
fact.
you have to be open-minded
Say what
here.
you want.
You have to be open-minded, because these immigrants, when they come here, they work, and after working, they pay taxes. And let me say, after 20 years, some of them go back. That means that period of working in Europe
Yeah.
doesn't benefit them when they retire. That means they don't have access into your retirement funds.
If they get
But they've paid the same amount of taxes
if they get
that you pay.
if they get citizenship, I don't know
Yes.
how about the rest of the Europe. I can't talk for all of them. Let's say that one of the Nordic countries, Norway, Denmark, Finland, Sweden, Iceland, whatever. If you become a citizen here, you will benefit from the pension.
Exactly.
Even if you move out.
Exactly, which is fair, right?
I mean, if you
Exactly,
paid your
which
taxes,
is fair,
you're
because
entitled
you've
to it.
worked for
Sure.
it, you've paid your taxes.
Absolutely.
But
you can't tell me that they're not
But
benefiting
this is
from
where
our taxes
this is where you should
as soon as
listen.
they put their foot down in the
This
country.
is where you should listen. If you calculate the percentage of Africans that do get citizenship into European countries,
Yes.
and the percentage of those that go back
Mhm.
after some years, you will see that a very tiny percent stay back here in Europe. Let me say 5%, not even up to 10%.
Okay.
Stay back here in Europe, and they are going to benefit from that tax fund.
Mhm.
But the majority of Africans that return back to Africa without citizenship,
Mhm.
who
Yes.
does those taxes benefit? You, for your diapers.
No. In my opinion, in that case, they're just paying back whatever they owe that country.
They are
came
paying
into.
back. They are paying back.
I mean, yeah, for the benefits
For just
they received.
few months of accommodation, you are paying back 20
Why
years
would it
worth
be,
of
first
taxes.
of all, let me ask you, why would it be free? It wouldn't be free for me if I would gone anywhere else in the world.
Exactly.
I think I can step my foot in the USA now and say, oh, I want free housing. Let me get, because I'm an immigrant, let me get free housing. No, it doesn't
the
work that way.
Ukrainians are getting free housing
But
in
you
the US.
people think that it's
The
okay
Ukrainians
just to
are
crash
getting free housing in the UK. So this is a race issue here. Because when it comes to Africa, you want to be selective how much you help.
Exactly.
But when it comes
No.
to your fellow white people,
Listen,
you guys
no,
can come and
that's
enjoy
not even true.
the splendor with
No,
us.
the thing is, if you come from a country that has war, I can totally understand that countries around you will help you. And FYI, it should be countries around that country. Anyhow,
Is Ukraine around the US? Is Ukraine
no,
around
and that's what I'm
England?
saying. That Europe is helping them.
Exactly.
We took in a lot of Ukrainians in
Exactly.
many countries,
Which
and
is
we did
good.
give them housing and try to give
Which
them.
is good, but
what we
stretch
can.
the same hands to Africans.
Why should they come here if there's no war in their country? Just because they are
I
poor,
told you
that doesn't
that the situation in Africa today, first of all, was caused by you guys.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but it's not
It was.
true.
What do you mean? It's not true.
Take
Don't you read
Nigeria, for
history?
example. It's the most corrupt country
Was
in
Nigeria
the world.
colonized?
Yes, it was.
Nigeria
colonized.
was colonized.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Many
by
countries,
who? By you guys.
Many
So
countries
come on.
have been colonized.
Come on. This is the ripple effect, you know? You colonize people for such a long time, stole their resources, and you are still stealing their resources today. And there's an influx to your country, and you have the effrontery to complain. Why don't you think about, okay, good. Do you think everybody wants to leave their hometown? Most people don't want to. Africa is the best continent on planet Earth.
Sure.
Perfect weather. Mwah.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful beaches.
Yeah.
When I mean, no pun intended, I mean, beach, water shore. We have the most beautiful beaches and the palm trees and everything.
Exactly.
And you think we'll leave that and come to a very cold freezer?
But your governments are not capable of dealing with the countries they are in charge of.
Who made them incapable?
Themselves.
Who made them incompetent?
Themselves.
When they steal from Africa, where do they take the money to? They take it to you.
Listen, they prefer the cash over the people. And this is what I said before. This will continue. Nothing will change.
Just as soon as you said that, a light just glowed in my head. Let me tell you something. I'm beginning to believe that most European companies, infrastructures, insurance agencies that is making you enjoy this life of comfort, it will surprise you to know that most stakeholders in those companies are Africans.
Yeah.
Very rich, corrupt politicians.
That might be the case.
They own a huge stake in Europe and they are financing your lifestyle, and you are here complaining, oh, these Africans, they are uneducated, they are coming to our country.
They're not financing my lifestyle in any way.
They are financing your lifestyle.
The amount of taxes we pay here is financing whatever you are calling a lifestyle. If that's free healthcare or free
how many percent of taxes do you pay?
Whatever you call it.
How many percent?
I don't know. If you add up everything, it's probably around 40% of the salary.
Okay, around 40%. Okay, when you retire, you're gonna get benefit from that,
which is okay. Absolutely, and even, I need to.
Even at the moment, you can benefit from your taxes. Let me say you lost your job. Boom, they are gonna pay you 80% of your salary. Do you know why they pay me? Just to sit at home.
Do you know why they pay me? Because
why?
I'm doing monthly payments every month to a union. That's why.
Does it equalize 80%?
Of course.
It doesn't.
Imagine I pay that for 30 years and I don't lose my job.
You pay that for 30 years. You're still going to get, pension funds.
Nothing is for free. Nothing is free.
Everything.
Listen, nothing is free. Okay? I pay crazy high taxes, VAT on top of that. I pay to my union in case I lose a job and I need to get money, have an income. But immigrants, they come and they think everything is for free.
Nothing is free for immigrants
too. The entitlement is crazy.
Come on.
The entitlement is crazy.
Okay, what do you count as free for immigrants? Is it the apartment?
Housing, isn't that a big deal of your life?
That is a stimulus
isn't
package.
That very important?
It's the stimulus package. Of course, you won't have
they probably
refugees.
Get money for food.
What money did I will open Unanya show? I will open. Look, Sweden. How much do Sweden give immigrants? It's less than $100. And when they get a job,
it depends.
When they get a job immediately, that stops.
It depends.
So it's not like there's this handout. There's this. Can that money make you rich? The immigrants, can it make them rich? Of course, it will make them barely.
If you invest it or not, I don't know.
They can't even live off that money. Any immigrant that is dependent on the money that the government gives them, I will see them as criminals, because you can't survive off 100 euros, 200 euros per month in Europe. Do you know how much the light bills are? Do you know how much the utilities are?
It's very expensive.
It's expensive. So
exactly.
This is just
that's hence also why our taxes are crazy.
This is just a stimulus package. And I will advise you to even thank your government for giving such stimulus. Because if they don't, those immigrants, they are going to rob you. Because you can't expect them to live off air and just feel, okay, I'm safe now. Then what will I do with my life?
Okay, so we should Okay, so we should be okay with criminality rising.
Not criminality. Criminality is not rising because your government are doing due diligence. And I believe the immigrants that commit crimes in Europe are those that don't have access to this benefit because they just
But
sit
then
at
they're
home all
illegal
day.
in that case.
You
'Cause I
can't
know
really
that
say
unless you're illegal, you do get benefits.
you
that's
can't
the way
really
it
really
is.
say they
So
are
they must
illegal.
be illegal
You
in
can't
that
really say
case.
they're illegal. Let me give you an example.
Imagine all those boats that are coming still into Italy.
Let me give you an example.
Illegal.
Let me give you an example. Some immigrants, they get into the program, right? The refugee program, and they get some stipends from the government. Then they get a job. That stipend will be withdrawn from them. They can't get it anymore. Then let me say they kind of lost the job after 2 months. And they go back to the government and say, I lost my job. I'm searching for a job now. Is there something to sustain me while I get a job? The government will say, no, you've already gotten a job. You're in the system. Go survive. You need to pay your taxes. So those immigrants, they will, because of depression and there's no other way to survive, most of them kind of gear into crimes.
Yeah.
That has a lot to do with the system, right? Because money, at the end of the day, money is just paper. It's
Why are we
printed.
always blaming the system? Why don't we ever blame the people doing the action?
Because we are living in the confinement of the system. A desperate man can do anything. Let me say an immigrant that has like a kid at home, a toddler, and he needs to feed the family. He needs to put a roof under the kid's head. He needs to provide, And when the bureaucracy of Europe kind of chokes you down, and nobody cares, they just feel, okay, go survive. Then that kind of leads you into, corrupt means of survival.
Well, I guess that depends on how much money you actually feel that you need to have. Because I know unless you're illegal, at least up here, you will be getting benefits. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah, that's the way it should continue to be.
To fix the situation, either get your education or go and get a job that can be sufficient for you and your family.
Exactly, which is the same thing you
it
enjoy.
Doesn't equal that you need to go and go into crime.
It's the same thing you enjoy as a European. So
yes, our taxes
where's the problem here?
Our education.
Where's the problem here? They are still going to pay taxes when they get jobs. So
hopefully, yes.
And basically, I think the way immigrants are treated in Europe is an advanced form of slavery, because at the end of the day,
that's not fair.
At the end of the day, what job is available to an immigrant?
Plenty.
The jobs that you can't do, like sweeping the street, like cleaning your toilet. You see, grandmas in Europe, those are your grandmas that you've abandoned in the shelter home. They can't even wipe themselves. Who do those jobs? Immigrants. You can't do it.
If I had
you
to
can't
do
go
it,
and clean a grandma's bum.
If you need to work,
you can't do that.
Work.
You can't do that.
We don't have that kind of pride here, like you
Come
guys have.
Come on. How many Europeans do you see cleaning people's bum?
Many. There are plenty.
I can guarantee you that
those
Europeans that are cleaning bum, they are not actually Europe. Like you said, they are from the eastern part of Europe.
Not true.
Maybe Polish or whatever.
Not true.
Okay, maybe the person just loves the stench of poop, Because in Europe, you guys can actually become anything. You can just decide today, I love watching birds. And I want to make that as my profession.
Yeah, we have free education.
And you will get paid. You will live off that. But an immigrant, just imagine as an immigrant now, I'm telling you, I'm a bird watcher.
Mm-hmm.
How much will I make from bird watching?
I guess it depends
it's considered
what
an
you
hobby.
do with it.
To an immigrant, it's considered an hobby. But to a European, it's a profession.
Everything is just like black
you get
and
full
white
salary, taxes, and everything taken care of.
Everything is like you're living in a box, in a square box. You can never think outside the box. Everything is black and white for you. Get over it.
I hope I've been able to convince you that you don't sponsor immigrants. Immigrants sponsor themselves. And at the end of the day, only 5% of immigrants are going to get citizenship into your country. And at the end of the day, the taxes that has accrued over the years is going to purchase your Pampers and your diapers when you get old.
Well, let's hope for that.
Yes.